Hello, everybody. This is the Silent Majority Politics YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about why I'm leaving the Republican Party. So, with the current news of Attorney General Barr resigning yesterday, it really got me thinking. It got me thinking about how the main reasons why he resigned of it, of his recent clashes with President Trump have really pushed him into that decision, even though he has fully defended President Trump in his resignation letter. And President Trump, who, has a history of when people leave on bad terms, he's heavily critical of them. But we've seen humility this time around with the president and the way he's honored Attorney General Barr. And it got me thinking about how with the current political landscape, how when it comes down to it, we have to look at the way the Republican Party has been acting over the last year or more, and more so even with the last couple months. So, when it comes down to it with the election, we all know there was some form of election fraud. I don't think anybody is disputing that. But you have to look at it. Was there enough widespread election fraud to overturn the election? And me personally, as much as I would like to say there was, you have to come to the conclusion there hasn't been. And we have to accept the results of the election. And we have people in the Republican Party being critical and hypocritical, saying they have all this evidence of election fraud and Trump won and all this different stuff that going on. Yet they're never showing any evidence of it whatsoever. And they're doing the same exact thing that the Democrats have done in the last 4 years. They claim they have all this evidence of something, but yet they never bring it forward. They say they had all this evidence of collusion and obstruction. There's none of that in the Mueller investigation. And now you have on the other side the people in the Republican Party doing the same exact thing, but they don't have the evidence to back it up, and they're doing it on a shorter time crunch. And to me, that's hypocritical. And I've seen too many times in the last 4 years where the Republican Party has been in a position to get stuff done for the people, and they didn't do anything. A majority of the stuff that President Trump has had to do has come through executive orders, and he's done such a great job as president upholding the Constitution and keeping the same values that President Reagan held. I mean, the closest thing we've seen to President Reagan since President Reagan. Yet, you have all these people who do not support that movement in this Republican Party. This Republican Party is moving from conservatism down a path towards populism. And that is not the direction this Republican Party should be going. Because if that populism movement takes over 100% fully, then it's going to be the end of the Republican Party. They are never going to win another election whatsoever. They're so for protectionism. They're so against all immigration, even if it's legally. Yes, illegal immigration is a bad thing and it shouldn't be happening. But we should not be cutting off legal immigration, because the people who come here legally contribute to our society and help grow our economy. And on the terms of their values of trade, they want to create monopolies that only support large corporations, and they're not for a free market. They're against international trade. They're so far against all of these things, but people can't see it. They've come to this belief that they should be voting strictly based along party lines. And as much as a Democratic candidate can hurt your country. A Republican who doesn't stand for the true conservative values is in that same case. They are dangerous to democracy and they will not uphold the Constitution. A majority of the rhinos in the current Republican Party are coming down a path that they don't uphold our Constitution by any means. And it is dangerous that we've had to come between choosing a lesser of two evils. And that is not right. We need to have a Republican Party who defends our Constitution, who fights for the will of the people, who's going to defend your Second Amendment, not people who don't stand for you or are going to incite hate like the Democrats are doing. It's not right. So that is why I've decided to leave this current Republican Party and become a member of a non-affiliate party until either one, a new political party arises that withholds true conservative values, or the Republican Party neglects this current populism movement and realizes that the ways that Reagan installed, and the ways that we got Reagan nominated, are the ways this Republican Party needs to go. And the people who are supposed to be the president's biggest supporters have only become yes men. And you can see their hypocrisy just like it is alive in the Democrat Party, but it's dangerous for democracy and it's wrong. So that is why I've decided that I'm leaving the Republican Party. I'm going to become a non-party affiliate, and I'm going to make my decisions based upon moving forward who I believe will hold the most conservative values. And if that is not the case, and neither candidate and in an election or any of the candidates do not do that, I'm just not going to vote. That's how I've come down to it. I'm sick and tired of this movement away from the Constitution and walking all over it by both parties, and both parties neglecting the people. So I'm not going to identify with any party. So I would like to thank you for your time. Please consider dropping a comment below on what you think of the current state of the Republican Party, and we'll see you in the next video.